Okay, so today I would like to talk about pike flies. So this fly here is actually an old used pike fly, and today my goal is to actually make a new version of it. But before I do that, I would like to talk about the pike fly fly tying materials. So if we start from the basic stuff, so the hook. Here I'm using actually a Gamakatsu size 5.0 hook. This is okay hook for the pike. You can also use Umpqua size 5.0, probably the same hook, different package, I don't know, maybe. Also Kamasan 6.0 is a good hook. So if you look my YouTube videos from the past, I have been using a fly called Woodpecker, which was developed by me. It has two hooks in a fly. So now my biggest problem with that fly is that I cannot find the head hook anymore. So that's why I'm nowadays using single hooks, and it's also easier and faster to tie the fly. So that was the hook. Then let's talk about the tail. So for the tail you can use bucktail or schlaffen. So here I will show you a good quality schlaffen. It looks like this. So basically it's really long and it has only a short section of this fluffy stuff and long section of this more stiff or more like feather looking stuff. So this here is now good quality. It doesn't matter if some of the stuff is being cut like there, but it's more about the length and that the stem is thin, not thick. But to compare, here we have a bad quality schlaffen. So if you compare these two, because you are not using this fluffy part for the fly, you use only this solid part. So here is a bad quality schlaffen, and if you look, the actual length of the feather is almost 2 times shorter than what we have in this good quality feather. So this you don't want, this you want. Okay, so that was schlaffen. Then let's talk about the main ingredient, which is the actual bucktail. Here I have a really good quality bucktail. If you look, the hair is really long, thin, nicely flexible, and this is not too hollow. So this stuff is really good for the tail. From this material you can make a long tail, long nice tail. This material was bought in USA from this company. What was it? Whitetail. And this is their special material. Should be at least 5 inches long. This I bought years ago, so I'm not sure if it's still available. I also have the same material in pink color. This is a bit shorter, but still really excellent material, and this pink one we are going to use for this fly here. Now, a special mention is Finnish bucktail. This one I might have shot myself, or maybe my brother did, but this is actually from 50 kilometers from here, and I took the tail. And here you can see that the fibers are long, and it's a bit curly, a bit hollow. If this was a bit longer, then this would be like really the super super stuff. Now it's still quite long, but I would like to have it a bit longer. So these are the qualities that you want for the tail. Now bucktail, so this fly is going to be a bulkhead bucktail deceiver, I think, something like that called. If you want to learn more about that stuff, please check this book. This is really excellent. This is a must-have book if you are tying saltwater or flies or pike flies. So When we are building this body so that it's tapered, we cannot use actually, or maybe we can, but it's really difficult to use these really long bucktail fibers for the head. It just would go too long and then it would be too thin. Like if you look this tail, this material is quite thin from the end. So it would be a lot of waste of material, and then it's not hollow from the tip neither. So you don't really want to use the same material for the head what you use for the tail. For the head, I have here a sample. So here the fiber length is shorter, but it's still curly, it's still hollow from the end of the hair. So with this stuff you can actually make a nice bulkhead for the head. So this would be good for head. Now for the middle body, probably this Finnish tail is really good, especially if you find a tail from a younger buck. Now the main issue when you are buying bucktail from shops is that these are natural materials, so they are never gonna be even. So I'm gonna show you two really different kind of tails. Here we have one that has a nice curly hair, but it's short, and I think this is not hollow neither. So this makes it difficult to make this bulkhead because it's not hollow at all. This material would be really good probably for sea trout flies, because for those flies you want to have shorter tails, and for that stuff this would be excellent. Now here I have another tail that is the fiber hair is short, but if you look this hair, this is not curly, this is actually quite stiff, and this is maybe even too hollow. So when you tighten this this hair, it will spread really widely. So this is again maybe for sea trout flies, but not really good for pike flies, in my opinion. Or at least it's a bit more challenging to use. Now about the brand, so I have shown you that brand, and then I have one from this brand, then I have a few from this brand, and if we compare these two tails are from the same company, same quality, but actually this is one tail, a bit short hair, and this one is actually 3 pieces of tail. And if you look the back side, you can actually see that these are not from the same animal. If you look the color, this is really dark, this is a bit more yellowish. I don't know, oh, this is probably from here. So basically this was 2 small tails, and it came from the same package, and it should be the same quality. Well, it's not. If we take a look, this part, really long fibers, this part, really short hair. So if you compare these, you will see that they are not the same quality, although the package says that it's the same quality. So because of this, you really want to get the stuff in your hands before you buy it, because even if the quality is, let's say, okay, but it might be not suitable for pike flies. Okay, so that's about bucktails. Hooks we did go through. Then quite often I like to put some flash to the pike flies, so I'm using, for example, this stuff. Then I have one which does not have a name. I think the main thing is that this is curly and not too stiff, and the color matches the fly. So with this fly I'm gonna use actually these two different colors. So not so important what brand, it's just that it's curly and soft and nice stuff and the color suits your fly. Then when you are tying flies for pike, it needs to be really strong. Like if you carefully look, this is already broken and the fiber hair moves on the hook because pikes have destroyed it. So when tying, use lots of super glue. So sometimes it feels that you are actually gluing the fly more than tying the fly. So here I have a Gulf super glue. Loctite works also really well. This is with the brush, but I also use a bottle without brush, so that you just drop drops to the fly. Then tying thread, really important. So basically, yeah, tying thread. So I always use Kevlar when I'm tying pike flies. Basically, the reason is that then I can really tighten the hair tightly and I can make them puff a bit if I want to have them up. Then one special tool, this is from a pen. I just took it in pieces. The idea is that there is a hole so you can actually push the hair backwards when needed. You don't really need this, you can use your hands also, but sometimes this is a handy tool. Then lately I have been starting to use also ostrich. It looks like this. I use it a bit in the same way as I use flash haboo. So it's not gonna be the whole fly, it's just some fibers or hair there and here. Nice material, but this is just something that I'm starting to use. This fly doesn't have any of this material. And I think that's it pretty much. That's the stuff that I use for tying pike flies. And actually I have here a few accidentally. Here you can see one. It's totally white. This is also a used fly. Shape is nice, color is nice, looks really natural. Then I have a bit more bright version. This one actually has ostrich. If you look here, some ostrich fibers. This is also used fly. I got some good fish with this one, really nice colors, good shape, long. Then I have one where I tried to imitate the Buster jerkbait color. It has different colors and pretty good shape also. All of my pike flies are bulkheads. I just like the bulkhead version. So there you have it. More about materials for pike flies and what I use and etc. So next I will try to actually make one of these, and that will be a different video, and thank you for watching this one.